I give you more, so much more. Oh, give you more. You deserve it more. Oh, the worship loving me wants to be free from the cares of life that seem to weigh me down. Yes, to worship our need needs consistency. To lift my hands to give you praise when no one's around. Yeah. Oh, the worship I need wants to break free from the intellectual mentality. Like when I should be up, I'm seated in my seat. I should be lifting my hands, giving you praise and glory. Hey, I should be giving you more. I should be giving you more. Hey,
oh, the worshiper in me wants to be free.
Just wants to be free
from the cares of life that seem to weigh
from
me
the cares
down.
of life that seem to weigh me down.
Oh, the
Weigh me down
worshiper in me needs
sometimes.
consistency.
I wanna be consistent.
To lift my hands and give you praise when no one's around.
Lift my hands to give you praise.
Oh, the worshiper in me wants to break free
From the intellectual
mentality.
like when I should be up. I should be lifting my hands, yeah.
Giving you praise and glory.
Every time I get the chance, I wanna give my best to you.
I wanna give my best to you.
Yeah.
I wanna do what you ask me
Oh,
to. I wanna go wherever you say.
say.
Just say the word and
I will obey.
I wanna live a life that's free.
I wanna be
I
real.
wanna serve you, Lord,
Serve you, Lord, for real.
For you deserve all this and more.
You deserve this and
So
more.
I give you more.
Every little thing that I have,
More.
it belongs to you.
I give you more.
Every little thing you can grab, God, it belongs to you. I wanna give my best to you.
I wanna give my best
Oh,
to you.
Lord.
I wanna do what you ask me to.
Whatever you Lord, yeah. Wherever God, I wanna live. I wanna live the life that's real. I wanna serve you, Lord, for real. Whoa, I wanna give you more. Everything that I have, more. Yeah, you deserving of more. 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 Everything I have. Oh, Hello, overcomers. Welcome in. Welcome into Resilience Talks, a live series featuring you. We do this every single Tuesday night. Tonight is different. We weren't able to get on last night, but we are still here. We're still committed to this, right? We are still committed to encouraging each other, having these tough conversations, and allowing each other to grow and heal together, right? That's what we're here to do. For those of you who are here, welcome in. For those of you who are new to my channel, new to Resilience Talks, welcome. It's so great to have you on this beautiful Wednesday night. I don't know where you are, but I'm in New Jersey and it is beautiful. The weather is beautiful. And I hope you are enjoying it. Thank you for joining in tonight on this beautiful Wednesday night. For those of you who are always here, thank you for always coming back. Thank you for always being a support to me and allowing me to encourage you. Every single time I get on here, I feel even more encouraged, even more blessed, even more loved than I did before. So thank you all once again for getting on here. For those of you who are in the chat, hello, hello, hello. We are going to do our roll call like we always do every Tuesday, but every Wednesday now, but Wednesday. Hi, Padre. Hi, Samara. Hi, Lonnie. Hi, Kima. Hello, everyone. I see there's a few of y'all in the chat tonight. So listen, I told y'all this is a live series featuring you. Okay. It's not just me, it's featuring you too. So what does that mean? We talk back. We talk back, we encourage each other because there may be something that I may not say that you will say that will really minister to someone, or it may be something that you say that someone might be able to relate to in a very real way. So feel free to comment in the chat. Feel free to say all the things, right? Feel free to say what you need to say. Get some stuff off your chest. Listen, I read all the comments. I see all the comments and I read all of them too. All right. So before we get into it, we always do our icebreaker. We always do an icebreaker. So here's what we're gonna do for our icebreaker. What is one thing that you're doing differently today than you were a year ago? Talk to me. What is one thing you're doing differently today than you were a year ago? Yeah, it is absolutely okay to think about that. The championship is on tonight, so everybody glued to the TV, period, because I'm finna watch it right after this. Don't worry. I'm finna watch it right after this. Don't worry. Knicks, okay? Okay, the Knicks made it. Let's go, New York. I just had to say it. Hey, my love wasn't showing up all this time. No, it's okay, Meek. It's okay, baby. Thank you for coming. Hi, Miss Rhonda. Welcome in. Welcome in. It is okay. I see you now. I see all your comments coming in. Don't worry. I see you. Again, I see all the comments. I'm reading the comments. Thank y'all for commenting and interacting with me tonight. So what is one thing you're doing differently today than you were a year ago? And I will speak for myself. I will say that I am loving myself. Hi, my love. Hi, babe. How are you? Thank you for joining. I am doing. Oh, hold on. Let me just pause for a second. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, Knicks. They're not my favorite team, but it's okay. I rep New York, so it's fine. It's fine. That's funny. All right. So, what is one thing you're doing differently today than you were a year ago? Kima said saying no, period. Because no is a complete sentence, right? No further explanation needed. No. That's a good one because a lot of times we don't know how to say no. And especially if you are a giver, right? Especially if you're someone who constantly gives, you start to feel guilty for saying no. But listen, sometimes that no is for your benefit, okay? Sometimes that no is your peace, okay? Yeah. Putting me first, period, Miss Rhonda. Period, Mama Rhonda. That's what we've been talking about this entire time. Putting yourself first. Baby, you were the priority, okay? You were important too. You deserve to be loved on, cared for in the same manner that you do everybody else. Mama Rhonda, you take care of a lot of people, okay? It's okay to take care of you too. Put yourself first. I love that, period. Taking the time to let go of things that no longer align. Drea, don't start. Don't start, Drea.
Don't start. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. When it don't align, it gotta go. Right? It may have worked for you in other seasons, but it don't work anymore. And that's people, that's places, that's things. Situation, season, they all change, right? Because guess what? We're growing and we're getting better and better. Right? We're moving forward with our lives. We're moving up, we're elevating. And sometimes the things in our environment are not conducive to our growth. Hello. So, period, Drea. Letting go of things that no longer align. Yes. Meeks, I'm listening to my discernment from God that I prayed for more often. Yeah. Oh, and guess what? You pray for and you'll receive it, right? It'll come. The things that you pray for will come. You just got to be ready to receive it. And it may not come the way you think it's going to come, but allowing your discernment to be your guidance, right? Allowing your discernment to be able to make those decisions, right? For you, right? Listening to that. Absolutely. For myself, I would say that I am learning to love myself without judging myself, right? I'm learning how to love myself without beating myself up, but also being able to acknowledge areas where I am challenged and areas where I want to personally improve. Yeah, having faith as big as a mustard seed. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And if you really think about it, Meek, if you really think about it, a mustard seed is so small, right? It's so small. And having that amount of faith can literally move mountains, right? I didn't say that. That was the Bible. I didn't say that. Like a small seed of faith, having that hope and expectation. That's faith, right? Having that hope and expectation that God's going to show up, right? And he's going to do what he said he's going to do, that he's going to take care of us the way he always takes care of us, right? That's what it is, having that little bit of faith, right? If he did it before, he'll do it again. Having that kind of faith, that, oh my gosh, track record is always victory, right? Having that kind of faith, yeah, that will move the mountains in your life. Absolutely. It's so hard because we're so used to seeing things, and faith is something we can't see. We have to feel and believe it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't see it, right? You can't always see the faith, but it's there. And that allows me to go into my topic for tonight. Thank you everyone for chatting in the comments. Please continue to talk to me all throughout our conversation tonight. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say. All right. So tonight, I want to talk to tonight. I want to talk to the person who is actually trying, right? The person who is trying to get better, the person who is going to therapy, the person who's been praying, the person who's been setting boundaries, right? Learning how to communicate, learning what that entails. I want to talk to the person who is learning how to trust again, right? When they've been disappointed or rejected or betrayed in the past. I want to talk to the person tonight who is learning how to forgive, right? Learning what true forgiveness is. Not holding on to things that hurt us in the past, but the person who's actually trying to elevate, the person who is actually trying to do the work, right? And in some way, somehow, in the process of doing all of this, some days it still feels like nothing is really changing, right? And if that's you, then I want you to hear me clearly. The work is working. Just because you have hard days doesn't necessarily mean that you're not healing. Just because you get triggered by something doesn't mean that you're not actually growing. And just because you may still miss the things that you used to do, or miss the people that you used to hang out with, or even used to miss the people that you used to be in relationship with, that does not mean that you are moving backwards. And in fact, I want to let you know something, that healing isn't the absence of pain, right? Oftentimes, healing and pain coincide with each other, right? And I know that's crazy to think, because we always make it seem as if healing is this beautiful thing, like it's this easy thing. And healing is beautiful in the end, right? When we actually heal. But when we're in the midst of that healing process, baby, ain't nothing beautiful about it, right? It is painful. Yeah. So sometimes healing is what you choose to do when the pain stops. Does that make sense? Or when the pain shows up. Does that make sense? That sometimes healing is what you choose to do in the middle of all that pain, in the middle of all that trauma, in the middle of all the disaster and the chaos. It's what you choose to do. All right, y'all. I'm moving right into my next point. Growth is often, and I'm reading the comments, y'all. Hey, Nsiki. Hi, sister. Hi, Jira. Yes, it is, honey. That healing, baby. It is messy, okay? It is messy as ever. And we always say it's beautiful, but listen, it's hard. You have to go through the phase of literally, like I always think about being burned, right? When I think about healing, I think about being burned, right? And when you're burned, first of all, it hurts, right? The thing it freaking hurts. But then two, you're exposed. Your skin is exposed, right? And we know that when you're exposed, it don't feel good. It hurts. It starts burning. Any little bacteria that gets into it, it burns. It hurts. And then you have to go through the process of allowing it to heal without touching it, without putting your hands in it, without getting it infected, and allow the scab to get there. And then you can't pick at the scab, right? Then you can't even do that. You got to let the scab sit there and then let the skin heal over it, right? And it's a long, gruesome process. And it's the same way with life, right? When we're trying to heal in life, a lot of times we have to be exposed, and it don't feel good because no one likes to be left out in the open, right? Nobody likes to be left out in the open, just bare, right? And it feels like there's no protection. And then you have to also make sure that you don't make the wound worse, right? You don't make the situation worse by adding your 2 cents, adding your opinions, adding all this stuff to it, right? And you have to allow it to heal. And a lot of times in the healing process, baby, we make it 10 times worse than it have to be, but that's another story for another day. So back to my point of growth is often invisible, right? While it's happening. So I think of when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about the gym, right? A lot of us, either we've gone to the gym, we've been in the gym, we are currently in the gym, but we understand how it works. Even with the diet, right? A lot of times in the beginning, you don't see the results. You're eating clean, you're doing your cardio, then you're doing your weightlifting, and then you're stretching after, you're doing all these things, but you don't often notice the growth that's happening right away, right? You don't see muscles after working out for one day, right? We like to play around and say we do, but we really don't. We really don't be seeing any results after the first day. All I feel after the first day of going to the gym is pain. Okay. I be toe up. My body be toe up after the gym. But that doesn't mean that something isn't happening because I can't see it, right? Growth often looks invisible to the naked eye, and it's often invisible to us. Let me see. I'm reading your comments. This reminds me of the saying, just because you don't see the result doesn't mean it's nothing happening. Absolutely. I see you. Hurts to the white meat, child. Hurt to the white meat, baby. Great. And thank you, sister. Thank you. So when we're in the gym, right, when we're working out, those results aren't coming fast. Even you could be doing the most extreme thing, but you're not going to see fast results, right? You're not going to see those results right away because guess what? Your body has to get used to it, right? It takes a little bit of time for those muscles to get accustomed to moving, right? Moving in a certain way. And that's how you build, right? You build by growing consistently, right? So the consistency is what makes the growth. Consistency is what brings the growth. And sometimes it don't seem like anything is happening in the very beginning. But guess what? The biggest changes often happen before anyone or even you ever actually see it, right? Those are when the biggest changes are happening. Because when I think about going to the gym, right, I had to mentally prepare myself. I had to discipline myself to be like, okay, you need to eat better, right? And here's the plan. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's the roadmap to how I'm going to accomplish this thing, right? There's a plan, and I have to discipline myself in order to go to the gym. So a lot of times when we are growing, we have to be consistent, but that's a big change for a lot of us. Sometimes when we're growing, especially through things that don't come naturally to us, right? Especially things that we have not been taught, things that have not been in our environment, things that we've never seen before, but we desire, or things we've never experienced before, but we desire it. It is so tough to be consistent in that, right? Because it's unfamiliar, right? It's unfamiliar, and we're not seeing results right away. Baby, that would stress anybody out, right? But here's the thing. What if God is doing more beneath the surface than what you actually realize? What if he's actually doing more than what you think he's doing? Food for thought. My next point. A lot of times we miss our growth, right? We miss the growth that we've experienced because we're not seeing seeing the physical manifestation of it. But here's the thing. Think about this. Last year or a year ago, right? You probably would have sent that text, right? You probably would have sent the text, right? You probably would have stayed in a situation that you know was not conducive for your environment. Last year, you would have held on to people that you did not need to hold on to, right? That you no longer needed in your life or in your environment. You would have blamed yourself for things that you had no business blaming yourself for. You would have blamed yourself. You probably would have given up a year ago, right? But guess what? The difference is that now you pause, right? Now you know how to pray. And now you pray to God, right? Now you meditate. Now you take time to process, right? Now you're choosing things differently than what you would have before because there has been growth underneath the surface that you did not see before, right? There's growth underneath the surface that God is doing. He's doing an internal work in you. And it may not necessarily show up right away, but it shows up in the way that you respond, in the way that you behave, in the way that you act, in the way that you think. Come on now. You are growing. Just like prayers, God hears you, but everything happens in his time. Absolutely. 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 So anyway, right? So there is growth, right? You are growing. It just may not be visible. But if you look at all the things that's happening around you, who you're becoming, you'll see that you are not the same person that you were a year ago. Some of y'all are not even the same person that you were 6 months ago when we started the year. Can we be honest? A lot of us have changed. The last point that I want to make for tonight is that every seed doesn't bloom immediately, right? When we get to talking about difficult things that we're healing from, difficult things that we're growing from or growing into, right? Everything doesn't bloom exactly the same way. Everything doesn't grow at the same speed. When we're thinking about forgiveness, right? I may be able to forgive someone for hurting me in 30 seconds. And there are other times where I'm like, it might take me a couple days, it might take a couple weeks, it might take a couple years, right? These processes are difficult, and you have to be patient with yourself and give yourself grace because not everything is going to happen overnight. We're not going to see everything overnight, but that does not mean you stop. Remember that growth means consistency. Growth comes from being consistent and doing the things even when you can't see it, right? We talked about faith, right? Doing something that you cannot see, believing in something that we cannot see. You got to have dedication, you got to have consistency, and you have to have faith. Faith in God and faith in yourself, knowing that you are fully and totally capable. Yeah, you are fully and totally capable. And while these seeds may take longer, it doesn't mean that they're dead. When you think about planting, right? You think about planting trees or planting flowers. It takes a long time to see the growth. It grows through seasons, honey. Seasons, right? I don't really know the specifics of planting, but I know that they plant in the dry season. Then it comes a wet season, and that's what waters, right? That helps the growth, right? And then eventually you'll start to see the roots sprouting up. You'll start to see a stem and you'll see the leaves or the flowers, right? But when it's in that dry season, when it's being planted, you don't see the roots taking place, right? You don't see the roots growing. You don't see the foundation being built because it's underground, right? It's underneath. So a lot of times, the growth that's happening in your life is underneath the surface, right? You may not see it in here in this physical body. You may not see it outwardly, right? Because it's happening on the inside of you. And I also want to say, don't let people convince you that you did not change or that you're not working on yourself or that you're not trying, because you are. A lot of times we judge people by what we see. And listen, these eyes are very deceptive. You don't see the inner work that someone's doing. You don't see the sleepless nights. You don't see the tearful nights that people go through, right? We don't see that. We see what people present to us. It is a presentation. And a lot of times we judge people based off their presentation, not knowing all the background work that they're doing. Don't let anybody convince you that you did not change or you're not changing. Don't let anyone convince you that you're not growing because they see something, right? Because they notice something. Because maybe you had a moment of relapse. Don't let people convince you that you're not doing what you need to do to elevate yourself or that you're not elevating. You are doing all the things that you need to do. The work is working, but it takes time. I remember when my heart failed the first time when I was 17 years old, right? I remember when my heart failed. And then I was in a coma for a month and a half, right? Not able to do anything, barely even conscious, right? Hardly conscious. And then waking up, not knowing what my body, like not knowing what was wrong with my body or what was wrong with me, right? Not knowing that. And then when I finally came to, when it finally clicked after days and days and days of doctors telling me, oh, your heart failed. Oh, you had blood clots. Oh, you can't walk on your own anymore. You can't move on your own anymore. You have to go to physical therapy, right? At 17. In my mind, I'm like, this can't be life. It can't be life. And I wanted God to speed it up. I was like, come on now, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get up out of here. I want to speed this up so that I can go off and continue living my life. I don't want to stay here, right? I don't want to have to relearn how to walk again. I don't want to have to be able to do this. But I realized looking back now that God was doing a work in me long before I could ever see the evidence of it. And a lot of times God is doing the same thing for you. He's doing a work in you. And you may not see the evidence today. You may not see in a week from now, but that does not mean that God is not working. And it does not mean that you are not working. It does not mean that you are not working. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all commented and I'm over here chatting. I am so sorry. Let me read y'all comments. You preaching tonight. I'm crying. Where's the church at? I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like you're talking to me. Listen, I'm talking to you and myself. And that's how we are becoming, blooming into her. Period. Becoming her. Period. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. The woman who hosted Becoming Her, oh yeah, she didn't grow in one day. This didn't happen overnight, okay? It took a lot. The person who you see right now hosting resilience talks and encouraging y'all while encouraging myself, she didn't always exist. She was somebody else, okay? And that's why I can talk about this tonight, is because I've been through this. So I want to encourage you and everyone else here. Absolutely nothing that you're doing is in vain. Everything that you are going through, everything that you are chasing, everything that you're trying to progress to, every single thing you're doing is going to work in your benefit. It's not because you're just doing it because it looks good, because it's popular right now, it's trending, right? You're not healing because it's trending. You're healing because you want to be better. You want to be the best version of yourself. You're doing the work. Allow the work to work. Maybe nobody applauded you, or maybe nobody really noticed how hard you were trying. And maybe nobody noticed when the battles were tough for you. But I want to say to you that I see you. I see you, I hear you, I understand you, and I'm here for you. And more than anything, God is with you. He hears every prayer, He hears every thought, He hears every cry, right? He sees every tear that falls, He hears every difficult conversation that you have. But I want to encourage you to keep moving forward, right? You are growing. You're doing the work. You are making progress. And so for those of you who are trying but it seems like it's just not working out well, or it seems like there's an obstacle at every turn, I want to encourage you, keep going, right? Keep going, because every single thing that you're doing is going to work for your benefit. Keep doing the work, keep healing, keep growing, keep pushing forward. Yeah, keep pushing forward. All right, y'all. That is that for tonight. I just wanted to get on here and really just encourage you guys and let you guys know that the work is working. So for those of you who are on your journey to being the best version of you, don't stop. Don't get weary where you are. Don't get weary, don't get frustrated, don't get don't get defeated, right? Because a lot of times when we're doing things and we don't see any result, or there isn't any reward, no a reward, right? Something immediate gratification, we often feel disappointed. We often feel like we're doing this for no reason at all, like we're wasting our time, but you're not. Keep going to therapy, keep journaling, right? Keep touching grass, as we say now. Keep touching the grass, right? Keep planning your next move. Keep executing your next move, right? Keep on going, y'all. That is all I needed to say for tonight. Thank y'all for joining me on Resilience Talks. I will be back here at 8 p.m. next Tuesday. If this was encouraging to you, please invite someone to join, right? Let's build our community. Let's build our family of overcomers, and let's really encourage people. Now, I know y'all about to get on, and I'm finna go too. I'm gonna go watch the game. But have a beautiful night. Meek, let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a beautiful night. I will see y'all next week, Tuesday. Also, if you have not already, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you will get notifications of when I go live. Subscribe. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful night.